There are different levels of understanding. If I am comfortable with one level of understanding, let me practice it. If I am happy and peaceful with it, I will be so. If somebody wants to know and somebody wants to share the way in which I am peaceful, I am happy, I am useful to the society and more meaningful to the rest of the mankind, let me explain. If not, that's all. So these flavors, if I like that well, let me practice. That's all. See, when we are not convinced about, then only we want to pull others to our frame. That's why the insecurity only tries to mobilize majority. It's as cheap as the modern wretched democracy that being practiced in India. In these things, it is only for moksha this is. For dharma, there is no dvaita, there is no vishishtadvaita, there is no advaita, no such thing. It is only moksha, and moksha is highly personal. You just take our marriage book. Dharme charthe cha kame cha nati charitavya yeshatvaya. In dharma, kama and artha, you should not violate her. But nowhere in moksha. Because husband's moksha is husband's and wife's moksha is wife's. Moksha is highly personal and that's why it's called Adhyatma. Adhyatma has to be correctly translated in the layman's term as personal. Anything personal means only with moksha. Kama means we need others. For the carnal pleasures, we need our life partners. For our food pleasures, we need the cooks, we need the food, we need so many things. For all types of enjoyments, we need the thing that is meant for enjoyment and those who produce that things. So, we need kama, means the world is needed. We need dharma, artha means for money we should have an institution, we have to go there and work and we have to earn and we have to sell means somebody has to purchase so many things. And dharma means it is the compromise between everybody. So, in all the rest of the three purushas, it is me and the world. But with moksha, it is me and me alone. There is no mediator for our moksha. Only with my capital self I am dealing. So personal it is, and one should not pollute one's biases with the rest of the world. If he is polluting means he is diffident and he is not convinced about that and he is so sick with arrogance and so sick with ahankara and that's why he is going and fighting with all these things. And that's why one should not debate more and more about the so-called Dvaita, Advaita, Vishishta, Advaita, but the simplest thing it is Adhyatmika, personal. One may get his doubts clarified with people who are in that way. Like going to a senior and asking how the problem has to be solved. So intimate it is, a discussion. But this should not be brought to the forefront for the simple reason it is very personal. And irrespective of the rest of the institutions, that is innate. And unfortunately, in our modern days, dharma has become one being true to his matacharya and fighting for the mata. And to that extent, we have become closer to Islam and Christianity. What a fall.
Going back to Jyotisha Shastra, you did say it's not in the main, right? So, and then you said it's related to
karma. What the problem with Jyotisha is, they say that your future will be so and so. Your past is so and so, and your future will be so and so. You have this dasha.
Do they say the past or is it only for
both? If future is said means the vehicle can go in this way means it can also go by the reverse way. Because if you go now, looking at your earlier gochara, earlier dashas and dasha bhuktis and antar bhuktis and the past will also be told. Is it not? Have you not referred to?
I am not referred to, that's why.
Then it will become very difficult for me to explain. You should have some knowledge of it.
The reason
but one thing I am telling, it is entirely based on karma siddhanta and it foresees the future and also peeps into past.
And you said it is probabilistic, like
it should be a probabilistic science. It's the probabilistic science as far as my understanding concerned. Something like weather forecasting.
70% chance of something.
Something. And that's why it is not an absolute science. And so don't bring in. It is not verifiable by experience to the 100% extent, means keep it outside. If not, if you bring in, it will have a very dangerous fate in my hands. For I am so ruthless, I shall prove I shall disprove its existence. No, I shall question its existence itself through my argument. Because the simple reason, it is dependent on, it is fatalistic in nature. Then, what for we have to go for Shantis? These Jyotish Shastra also prescribes the Shantis to ward off the evil in the future. If the future is inevitable according to Karma Siddhanta, Vidhi, how to ward off? If it can be ward off means, what is the need of all these grahas and all these things? Vadato Vyaghata. These are the problems with Jyotisha, and that's why one has belief means it works for me well. It should not be brought for logic. That's what I'm saying. Don't bring beliefs in this discussion. Whether it is belief of Shiva or Vishnu or Vaikuntha or Kailasa, whatever, belief should never be discussed. If they are discussed means bringing the wife and strip-teasing her in public. She has to be kept where she is.
So,
what is happening? We are discussing our beliefs, and beliefs can never be discussed and they can never be legitimized by logic. If they are legitimized, there will be no more beliefs. They will become sciences. So, this is the difficulty, and this impeccable logic can never be answered by Jyotisha. They try to escape. Well, give me an escape when I will be giving that. And so I am saying, don't discuss it to save its grace.
Yes, personal belief. So.
Yes. See, I believe that my mother is the most beautiful woman on earth. It is my belief. It's my conviction, my experience. Let me be happy with that. What happens many times, we try to discuss the things which are not in the dimension of that. It is trying to measure cloth by a can. Cloth has to be measured by an yardstick. If you want to measure distance in terms of volume, what to do? So wrong measurement, wrong parameters, and that cannot be discussed. Let me be proved wrong, I will be very happy. I am not arrogant in dismissing anything. Let me be proved wrong, I shall be given better logic.
is a friendly discussion is a kind of okay? But
No, this is friendly, and discussion has no emotions. We can have a friendly chat, we can have a friendly drink, we can, of course I am a teetotaler, pour a cup of tea, masala tea, friendly meal, all this. In discussion there is nothing like friendly or unfriendly, it is discussion.
When you took on that teetotal
Please.
topic, so my daughter posed me a question. Earlier I was teaching, I'm a teetotal as well, so I don't eat meat. So that's what I am teaching my daughter. I don't know what she's going to be when she grows up, but right now I'm teaching her to be a vegetarian. So she
Right
asked
now
me,
you are?
I am teaching her to be a vegetarian.
Fine, very
So
good.
I told her it's not right to kill animals to eat. That's why, and we have a lot of fruits and vegetables. That's why we eat. And it's wrong to kill somebody. I mean, even animals have babies, and so it's wrong for them to be killed. So, and after some time, I told her the story of Ganesha, how he got his face and everything. So she was never concentrating on the part where the boy got Ganesha face.
Why he killed?
He was like, so Ishvara is a mommy. Why did he kill a animal? It is bad. How do I answer that question?
Very good.
Good question. It's a real difficulty. Real difficulty. Well, he is a person who could enlive the animal, and you should also say that animal was saved by him. Animal was given a human form also. You spin another story. When your story is not furnishing sufficient logic, then you extend your story according to your imagination and tell her.
So it's okay, like just to twist it because I don't know if
Well,
I'm
well,
doing it
It's
See,
not
right.
really twisted.
That's how elderly people should do it. That's how they should do it.
Not really twisted.
We have to extend the story because Ishvara is all omnipotent and he can do anything, all pervasive. He could bring back Ganapati into life. So also he blessed the elephant. And there is also another story. The animal was not killed. Gajasura was a demon. He was in the form of elephant. And he was fighting with the gods and he was killed. And he had taken a boon from Shiva. In spite of my death, I should be present in front of you always. And so the dead elephant's head was brought. That is how another story in the Puranas also there.
Actually, lot of Purana stories, like even when Ravana gets killed, is part of a other
Yeah.
story. So then he also gets moksha.
Yeah.
So
I have another question. So regarding Shakuna, this only is coming from a Varahamihira Jataka, or it was
any society will have such beliefs, omens and all. Any time we had insecure souls, it is the nature of world. Well, this is belief. That's why again I am saying what I answered the same question. If you try to discuss beliefs and try to rationalize, there will be no more beliefs. You see, it's all mental conditioning.
Varahamihira did that. So.
See, Varahamihira is codified what was in his time. Before that, in the Ramayana, we have. In Ramayana, we have so many such having a bad dream and what omen it will be. And then looking at the mirror, if the head is not seen there, then when the death will occur. And if the trees and all, they are looking like shining gold things, then the death when at time. And if the pigeons are resting in the chariot, when the death will occur, something like that. There are so many such things. And when the fire is moving in the anti-clockwise direction, what is that omen? There are hundreds of such things even before Varahamihira. For that matter, in the Vedas and even in the Dharma Shastras and all, there are such Shakunas are there.
Is it true?
Huh?
Is it true?
No, that's it.
That's what I am saying.
It is a belief.
If it works for you, it is true to you. That's why I say all beliefs are false. But if it works for you, then you can. You see, I trust my friends. I believe them. If they backstab me, what to do? So is that.
Mahoday, is there any timeline where we started following the Sunday, Monday, Bhanuvasara, Somavasara, things like that?
Varahamihira. Before that, we don't have any evidence.
I see.
As far as my knowledge goes, no work of Kalidasa, the early president of Varahamihira, who existed before 1 or 2 centuries, he has never mentioned any week so late as that, as Kalidasa. We don't.
But the concept of year and month was
Oh, verily was there. Dvadashamasa, Samvatsaraha in the Vedas. You see, week days are not natural phenomena. But the Paksh, that is a fortnight, a lunar month, and a solar month, that is Surya Sankramana in the zodiac, all these are natural phenomena. The Tithi is decided by looking at the moon, and so the lunar month. Between one Amavasya and the other Amavasya, one Purnima and other Purnima. So also the Mesha Sankramana, Rishabh Sankramana, Kataka Sankramana, like that, these Sankramanas, equinox and all such things, they are natural phenomena. But week is not.
Your days and weeks are not.
One more question, Mahoday.
What?
No, days and weeks, for example, the numbers we give, they're arbitrary.
dates. Yeah, yeah.
When we were discussing the Champu Ramayana, there
For
was this-
example, the Gregorian calendars division into 30 days and 31 days and all, it has no natural basis. It's made for our convenience. I don't say the dividing that into week and days and all. They are not wrong, but what I mean is our ancestors never had this. It was a later addition.
In the context of oceanic volcanoes, you mentioned that our people knew about the Pacific.
Perhaps they would have, because they were great sailors. Vedic times nowadays, because of research, we know very evident that it is a maritime culture. And the power of our ancestors, even without a mariner's compass, just by the direction of stars, they moved all around big oceans. It's a phenomenal thing.
So there is evidence for that.
Very much evidence.
Even an Indian actually brings Vasco da Gama to India.
Yes.
Why
Wow,
go
some-
He directed him.
Yeah.
He led the way.
The Polynesians, the Polynesian islands,
Uh-huh.
they were going from one land to another, looking at the direction of the birds and the stars. And they were tribes. It's not a completely evolved civilization. They could do that.
So there's leap year and there is some correction, right, in English calendar. There's something like that.
No, that is Adhikamasa. That is Adhikamasa correction, Malamasa as it is called. That correction is there.